Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com. And you know, the Samsung Omnia HD has been getting a lot of attention, and deservedly so. It debuted at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona in February. It's got this gorgeous display, high-def video support, HDMI out, etc., etc. And maybe a little bit lost in the shuffle was another phone that debuted alongside the Omnia HD in Barcelona, which is the UltraTouch S8300, the Ultra Tocho? I don't speak Italian. This phone also super slim, super vivid AMOLED display, capacitive touch, scratch resistant, etc., etc. And it does, you know, almost everything you can think of, except I guess for that 720p video support. And I guess it's not a full-on touch smartphone, rather, which is the big thing. So the UltraTouch here, you know, full touchscreen with anti-scratch, HSDPA 7.2 for your high-speed downloads, quad-band GSM, dual-band UMTS, 8-megapixel camera with an LED flash. It's got your 2.8-inch display, DivX playback support, all that stuff. It's not a smartphone, though. The Omnia HD runs Symbian Series 60, actually, under the hood. The UltraTouch doesn't. But I'll tell you what, the UltraTouch really, when I checked it out at Barcelona, I was taken by it. I like the form factor. I like how slim it is. And Samsung just sent us one for review. This phone is available unlocked. I was looking around online just before firing up the camera here, and it's selling for about $400, which on the one hand, you know, is $400. It's a lot. On the other hand, for an unlocked phone with this kind of spec sheet, you know, pretty compelling, I think. So we're going to fire it up, take a look. In the box right now, thanks again to Samsung for the loaner. In the box, you get the phone, obviously. You get a 1 gigabyte micro SD card, you get a manual, you get a PC Suite CD, Windows only, you get a couple other manuals. You get the charger. It's an international phone, so it's not a US charger, it's an international charger. Micro USB based, which is really cool. The Samsung US phones are still rocking the Samsung proprietary port, but it's nice to see the micro USB on the international device. Micro USB to USB data cable, set of earphones, and then an adapter. The phone doesn't have a 3.5mm headphone jack, unfortunately. This is where you get that proprietary business, the Samsung accessory port, and so you get a microphone, headphone adapter thing here, and then you can plug your earphones into it. So you can use these earphones, which look like they might not be too bad. It's hard to tell from the look, you know, but the look is high style, little isolation, depends how they sound. Or you can plug your own earphones into the adapter here. I don't like the dongles, I prefer the 3.5mm jack, but you know, better than nothing, right? So here's the phone itself. We'll get rid of these films for you. I know some people out there like the sounds, and good job Samsung getting these adhered so we get a good sound off of them. I think there's got one on the back here. I got two on the back. Ooh, that was a nice one. One more? No, there's one at the bottom. I think Samsung did this on purpose. I think they pay attention to that small but vocal contingent of you who likes the sound of the film coming off. And yeah, we'll get the battery, the back cover off here. Get a SIM card in. I'm actually going to put a SIM card in this time before firing it up. So, what kind of battery? 880 milliamp hour battery. Hopefully that'll be powerful enough. Get an AT&T SIM card in here. The phone in the US will also, of course, run on T-Mobile, GSM. Alright, so here we go. Let's fire it up. And it's slim, and it's a slider phone. It's very slim. Oh, bonus, another piece of film to take off. Awesome. Very slim phone. I think it's just under 13 millimeters thick. This is the red one. You got an 8-megapixel camera on the back with your dual LED flash, little mirror there. You know, megapixel count is only one thing. It's the image quality that really matters, so we'll have to see how that is. On the left side here, you've got a rocker switch. On the welcome to 3G. Woohoo! On the other side, you've got micro USB port. And then you've got a lock switch and a red button. On the bottom, you've got call and hang up buttons. That also doubles as your power button. You've got a back button. And you know what? I may have been mistaken, actually. I think that this is not... I apologize for this. This is not a Samsung proprietary. This looks like it's a micro USB based adapter. Because there is no Samsung proprietary jack on this phone. It's all micro USB based, which is very cool. So let's just make sure about that. You still have to use a dongle to get your own headphones in, but at least, you know, it's standardized down. It's standardized to micro USB, it appears. Yeah, and not to a Samsung proprietary thing. So that's pretty cool. I like to see that. All right, so we're hooked up on AT&T, and here's your phone. And so you've got the TouchWiz interface there on the side. It's a capacitive touchscreen. You can see it's pretty responsive, anti-scratch, hardened glass. It's nice, man. This feels luxury. It feels really good. I don't know. I'll run the Facebook widget. Who cares? So this just takes you to the mobile Facebook site. It's the Samsung browser that we're kind of used to seeing on. Now this may not have my settings. I may have to go in and manually update the settings for data connection here. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to do that. But anyway, it's a Samsung browser you're kind of used to seeing on their recent feature phones, the Impression and the Eternity and those kinds of phones in the US. We'll go back here, you know, so not a full-on smartphone like we said, but a feature phone with the TouchWiz on the side. You've got the widgets. You've got, you know, a MySpace widget, your calendar widget. You can drag these out. Samsung actually just announced the new line of Omnia phones and the Jet feature phone, and they announced TouchWiz 2.0. So we'll have to find out if phones like this are going to be upgradable to TouchWiz 2.0 or not. You can get your music player here with your little widget and so forth. I don't think there's any music in the phone right now. Oh, there is. There's one beyond Samsung. Woohoo! Let's get this out of silent mode, shall we? Go to menus, and we'll take this out of silent mode. Get a little sound happening. And so you've got your touchscreen keypad, and then you've also got a slider, you know, a dial pad underneath in the slider. And you've got your basic menu, which, you know, feature phone stuff, photo browser, camera, all that kinds of things. Let's try out the camera, the 8 megapixel camera. We'll try that out right now. Get a picture of myself, because that's always awesome. Where am I? There I am. And do we browse? How do we browse the pictures? There we go. Nice sharp screen. Like the screens of the new Samsungs, definitely. Not feeling accelerometer, although it does kind of, it's vibrating when I rotate the phone. Check that out. You can kind of go through your photos just by kind of tilting the phone around. And then, of course, you can swipe. Haptic feedback going on as well. Interesting. All right, there's a first look. We'll get in depth with this phone. We'll come back to you. There's a first look unboxing of the Samsung Ultra Touch 8300 S8300. You know, it's a slider, it's a feature phone, but it's got a lot of specs on it. 8 megapixel camera, like we said, the whole TouchWiz thing, and a really nice scratch resistant, or so they say, AMOLED display, 2.8 inches, 16 million color support. Responsive, looks great, DivX support for video playback, all kinds of business going on. If you're into unlocked phones, this one going on the internet's for about $400 right now, maybe even a little bit less. Much more coming soon on this and all the other new phones, the new Samsungs, everything else on PhoneDog.com. Till then, thanks so much for watching. I'm Noah. We will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, after watching this video, check out the new PhoneDog.com homepage and play the One Pod Bandit for your chance to win free phones.